playing in the defense, no having thrown the pads on, but
Yeah.
how's it been so far?
It's been good. I think my main focus right now is just learning the playbook in and out as best as I can, and just kind of learning where I fit in the defense.
What stands out to you about this? I know you've been in multiple systems, but this kind of has caught your eye maybe as you're picking up things that might be a little different.
Yeah, I think for me is I think the defensive coaches, do a good job of giving us a bunch of options within the same call. We got a lot of different looks, a lot of different fronts, and I think they complement each player. You know what I'm saying? We got guys like Barr. Uh, when Gashaw gets here, and some of those edge players, I'm excited to see what they can do.
How important is it when you have options like that to be able to communicate with each other, and who's kind of running point as far as that goes?
Yeah, I think communication in a defense like this is very, very important because, like I say, we do a lot of looks depending on offensive formations. And I think it's not just one group that has to know everything. I think the coaches do a good job of making sure everybody is accountable for knowing what we can get. So it's not like we just leave everything up to the linebackers. And so as D linemen, we got to know what we get also.
Is it any similarities in this defense compared to what you've been in the past?
I would say this was a little more complex, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, this defense is one of the top defenses from what I've seen in the past, and I see why. Yeah.
When you watch them in the past, Lawrence Guy is a guy who's been here for a long time, had a really key role. Do you feel like you're helping fill those shoes when you come here?
I would say I know they kind of got rid of a veteran. For me coming in as a veteran, I kind of just want to keep things going, no slack off, and if I can improve, I can improve it. He was a great vet. Watching film, he does a lot of the little things right. So I do my best to bring in, what I can. He's a great leader. I think day in and day out, he's one of those vocal leaders that make sure we get going when practice comes, making sure we know the focal points of the days. Walk through, he's dialed in. So he's been a great leader, one of the better leaders I've been around.
What are your goals as a defensive line? So, like you said, it's a pretty deep group you got.
I think for us, it's just to live up to the expectations. Like I say, you got a great run stopper with David Gashaw, and then of course Barr. We know what he's able to do, and we have depth, of course, with those outside guys. Uh, Daniel, he's a great guy. He's a great vet that's been around a long time, brings a lot to the table. So I think for us, it's just living up to those expectations, and just not trying to overdo it, but do what we're capable of doing.
I know you haven't put the pads on yet. Do you feel like you've learned anything aside from the playbook, just about the defense and what you could be or what you might be come September?
Yeah, with how we've been out here working, getting in shape, and being attention to detail, I think we have the ceiling. Like I say, it's a high ceiling. With guys we got on that defense and what we're capable of.
You say you know what Barmore can do. What have you learned about him in the time that you spent with him? How impressed have you been by his talent?
For me, being an older guy, just going to my 6th year, and he's a little younger, you wouldn't be able to tell, what I'm saying, that he's that younger. He brings a lot to the table for his run and pass. And when he gets going straight, there's very few people that I feel like can block him, especially when he's in that mode. So I'm excited to be able to play against him. It'll only help raise my game. And, we rushing and playing against guys like that with you and also 9 on the outside, it kind of helps you out a lot. So I'm excited for it.
You mentioned the defense being more complex. Is it more noticeable like in tight red zone situations that this defense presents problems?
Yeah, so I think this week red zone's been an emphasis for us, and we've been, a lot of install in the red zone. They take it very, very serious here because that's points on the board, and I think the coaches do a good job of, like I say, making sure we know how we can rush, how we can't rush in situations like that. Type of runs we can get, what type of routes, what type of formations, and when they give us that stuff ahead, it makes you play a lot faster because ultimately you kind of know what you're gonna get.
Thanks, Armon.
No problem.
Yep. See you.